Welcome back to From Fear to Fun, the podcast where we explore how to transform medical encounters with children from moments of fear into opportunities for fun, with connection, confidence, and cooperation. I'm so glad that you are here. Today we explore how to create relatedness during a pediatric ear-nose-throat consultation, especially in the moment after the examination is done, and when the child believes the appointment is already over. We all long to be related. Relatedness is the fourth element of the SCARF model: status, certainty, autonomy, relatedness, and fairness, and it plays a decisive role in how children and parents experience a medical consultation. Without relatedness, communication becomes mechanical. With it, the consultation becomes humane, safe, and collaborative. Respect, as we've discussed, is the establishment of a common language. Relatedness is what makes that language feel human. Children and parents need to feel connected, not only to each other, but also to the doctor, guiding them. When relatedness is present, trust deepens. When it's missing, fear or frustration fill the space. So what happens after the examination? For the child, the examination is the appointment. Once it's done, they believe the visit is finished. This is why many children after the examination directly walk to the door, cling to the handle, and try to leave. But of course, the consultation is only halfway through, so I still need to confirm the medical history, gather additional information from the parents, explain my findings, and discuss a treatment plan with the parent. This is the moment when I must shift my focus from the child to the parent without losing the child's sense of safety. So how do I create a relatedness in this transition? Here I tell the child, okay, so for the next step, Mommy and I need to talk. And you know what? It's always so boring when adults are talking, isn't it? But by the way, here I have a toy for you to play with. For example, a very simple wooden jigsaw for the children under the age of 3. For the slightly older children, a wooden 10-gram puzzle that allows a variety of figures to be laid. Or a Rubik's Cube, which is a particular favorite for boys or slightly older children. I invite them to sit at the low table with small chairs, so a dedicated child's place within my examination room. So this signals clearly to them the examination is over and something new is beginning. The timing of handing out the toys is intentional. I never offer them before the examination because they would distract the child from participating in the examination. On the other hand, handing them out later in the consultation process allows me to maintain my control about the pace of the consultation. And it signals to the parents, apparently she knows what she's doing. This provides the child certainty. There is a plan for what happens now, and it provides the child with a task, something to do while the boring adults have their boring consultation. It releases the parents' anxiety that they need to do two things at the same time, catering for the child's need of entertainment, while at the same time listening to my explanation. The toys are chosen to offer a task, something to solve or something to build for the child that lasts about as long as I need to speak with their parents. You might have noticed by now that up to this point, I mainly focus my attention on the child. So now I need to shift my focus to the parent in the room. For this shift, the same principles apply as provided earlier. I grant them status, I provide them with certainty, accept their autonomy, try to relate, and provide fairness. My way here to grant status is by just acknowledging that they have waited this long. So I often say, "Thanks for allowing me to examine your child. May I just double-check the information that I have received from your general practitioner?" Then I give them a brief summary about the question they have been referred for. And as a next step, I tell them, "You know what? Nobody ever remembers what the doctor tells you. And this is why I'm going to write everything down for you to take with you at the end of the consultation." This honest statement usually triggers a sigh or a laugh, a moment of shared humanity, and this opens the door to relatedness. Also, the certainty that they're going to have a note of the consultation to take away allows them to relax, and this relaxation makes them more capable to obtain the medical information I need to provide them with. For these handout notes, I use something that I call my explanation sheet. An explanation sheet helps me because a picture speaks 1,000 words. In my practice, there's a couple of medical issues that you need to explain again and again and again. For this explanation, I use a simple ear-nose-throat sheet to illustrate the anatomy, the physiology, the problem, and the treatment plan. And this visual tool helps parents to understand complex ideas, helps them to remember what I say, it helps them to explain it later to a partner at home, and works across language barriers. Also, on the other hand, I've noticed that a written explanation sheet works even for very young children who are curious to understand what's going on in their body. And this makes a multi-step treatment plan clearer and better memorable for the family. This way, the explanation sheet becomes a shared reference point, a bridge of relatedness between doctor, parent, and the child. Although I have provided the child earlier on with toys to play with at the designated child play corner, often enough the child leaves the toys at this stage, walks over to see what I'm drawing and explaining. And this is a powerful moment because it means the child is curious. They want to understand what's happening to them, and they want to be part of the conversation. When this happens, I pause, welcome them in, and then adjust my explanation so that both the child and the parent can follow. If a 3-year-old understands me, the parent almost certainly will too. And this is relatedness in action. Why does relatedness matter so much? Relatedness is not a soft extra, it's a clinical tool. When children feel related to the parent and to me, they understand more, they remember more, they feel safer, they will cooperate more, and they will leave the consultation with a sense of being included and not handled. The relatedness transforms the consultation from a sequence of tasks into a shared experience. In a nutshell, relatedness is granted by allowing the child to receive information themselves or to join the explanation given to the parent. When the child feels connected, they feel safe, and when they feel safe, they can learn cooperation and trust. On the other hand, when the parent sees that the child is included, they can relax, and every treatment plan becomes truly a joint treatment plan between me, the doctor, the parent, and the child. Thanks for listening to From Fear to Fun. Next time, we will see how fairness works with children and their parents. Until then, remain curious, offer connection, and keep moving from fear to fun.